What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I just woke up, lots of people messaging me photos and whatnot saying, oh my gosh, look at this. So Queen Studios has finally revealed their Thor life-size bust. So let's check it out. Now I am glad they revealed pricing right from the get-go, not did that little like secretive pricing. I hate that. Just show us pricing right away. So he is priced at $3,800. Now, in perspective, Captain America bust, which does include 2 arms with a full Mjolnir and Captain America shield, is only like $100 more. This guy is platinum silicone, fabric clothing, custom glass eyes. He does have 2 different custom glass eyes. He does have more silicone and hand-punched hair than Captain does, so I believe, that's where that price comes in with the lack of arms. And he is similar height, actually, 82 centimeters. Yeah, so Captain Bus is 93 centimeters. So, he's 11 centimeters taller, which is fine, but he's 90 wide, 78 deep for the Captain Bus, really because of that shield, that coming out, which can clearly go off of the shelf, and then his elbow going back. So that to that is what makes that so darn deep. Where Thor is much more manageable, being only 55 centimeters, which is about 21 inches wide, 37 deep. So he's not going to be a big space hog. He is available in the USA, so you can pre-order directly through Queen Studios directly, or go through the likes of their authorized, Cinemaket, who sells Queen Studio products. And he's $39.80 to be exact, so $180 more. This is still available for PO. Now, I don't know how quick Cinemaket will be versus the likes of, let's say, Spec Fiction, or even, let's say, Sideshow. It kind of all seems random on who gets what first. There's definitely things I like about Cinemaket, being an official, licensed, freaking from Queen, where, the Spec Fiction, he's just going through, some sort of distributor. He's not actually licensed to sell the Queen Studio products, So there's definitely some advantages to using someone like Cinemacat. Or if you go Queen directly, then you should ideally have the best customer service should there be any issues. So it talks about the bust. This is inspired from Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War, which for me, I wouldn't necessarily say that's Thor's best look per se. Most people like Thor with the long hair. However, this is Thor's best performance. I would say Thor was, kind of cool in everything up to Ragnarok, and Ragnarok is where I grew to love Thor's character. I was like, man, this was an amazing movie. I loved Thor in it. He became super badass, and I loved it. Infinity War is what solidified him as one of my favorite characters. When he did that intro of Bring Me Thanos, it gives you goosebumps, and you're just like, holy shiz, that is so awesome. Throwing the axe into Thanos' chest, ooh, absolutely freaking amazing. So, for that reason alone, I'm happy this is Infinity War. In addition, shorter hair is less fuzzy than long hair, so the hair will look better because it's going to be short. So it's going to be easier to maintain, easier to dust. Long hair always gets very fizzy and it's annoying. So that's at least the big pros. Also, Infinity War is, for the most part, the majority of my busts are from Infinity War. So this captures his body armor, short blonde hair, trimmed beard, using state-of-the-art technology and the finest materials that Queen Studios have spent countless hours on the head sculpt to capture the character's likeness. Now, I do believe they did capture it quite good, and we'll look at photos here in a sec. So, yada, yada, yada. Thor's skin tone, even down to the battle scars and pores in his face. Alrighty, let's go ahead and check it out. And then the base is inspired by the Dwarven Forge where Thor was forging Stormbreaker. So this was the first teaser they showed off, which obviously, you can tell that's Thor immediately. That's Chris Hemsworth. Then you see the real thing, you're like, that looks just like a photo of Chris Hemsworth. That's pretty insane. So here is the money shot. Look at that. That looks just like freaking Chris Hemsworth Thor in Infinity War. I would say that's it's hard to say 100%, but at least 98 to 100% likeness. They got the 2 colored different glass eyes, the orange and the green. Because, you got that eye from Rocket. He has some battle scars there and there. They did all the like wrinkles in the face, the skin pores, the beard looks excellent. I mean, that looks incredible. Absolutely freaking phenomenal, just like a real human. I mean, if they can deliver this quality in the production, I mean, this is as good easily as an Infinity Studios bust. I mean, even like the darn lips, like look at those lips. You can see all the different like little cracks. Like you need to put some chapstick on there, Thor. But yeah, that looks freaking phenomenal. The skin pores look very human-like. The ears look great. And then there is the full bust. So some people I saw on Facebook, like I've barely looked on Facebook. I literally just woke up. But some people are complaining about no arms. Here's the thing. The majority of my busts have no arms. And arms take up a ton of space and make the bust more expensive. You know, he did not have Mjolnir in this movie, so he couldn't easily just hold that. Plus, Captain's holding Mjolnir in the bus. And Stormbreaker is like 4 feet wide. So even if he had arms, they'd have to make the bus taller, and he'd have to be holding Mjolnir, ideally like that. And it would make it such a space hog. So I understand why they went this route. In addition, the majority of the busts aren't arms. So I personally am fine with no arms because I don't have the space for arms and a giant Stormbreaker. So I'm happy with what I see. It makes it less expensive, less of a space hog, and it matches all my other busts. So the only bust I will have that does have arms is going to be my Captain America. And I'm going to put him right dab in the middle of my display, so all the busts to the left and right are going to be the armless ones. So overall, immediately seeing it, you're like, yeah, that's freaking amazing. Very good. The cape looks awesome. The armor looks great. The hair looks great. I'm sure that's going to have lots of hair product to maintain that look when you get it. And then check out that base. So that is the forge when Thor was basically holding the forge together so they could form Stormbreaker. It looks like it's a light up feature, as far as I can tell, unless that's just painted bright yellow. But it looks awesome. I love that. That's something like ECC does, where it has like a little version of the character, you know, similar to like my Freddy bust, but this is done even better. So absolutely love this base. I think it's very genius. Yeah, it definitely looks like a light up to me, which frankly it should be a light up. It'll look cooler with a light up, like the beam is shining right through him. So yeah, and there it is next to a human. So, you know, definitely looks life-size to me. You know, it looks great. You know, lots of silicone on the neck and face, lots of hand punched hair. So this is $3,800. You know, I mean, that's pretty much an Infinity Studios product. Granted, inflation and whatnot. But as long as they can deliver in terms of realism on this portrait, it's definitely worth it, in my opinion. You know, that face is just spot on. Very good. I think the armor looks excellent. Looks like possibly real leather. You know, it looks very good. So, edition size of 366. I can't remember. What is Captain America's edition size? Also 366. So, same edition size as Captain. Yeah, and that's pretty much all the photos. So, this should be available through the likes of Queen Directly, CinemaCat. I believe you can pre-order. I mean, here's the thing. If you go through Queen Direct, I believe you'll get it first, but your shipping costs are going to be the most expensive because you have to ship it from China. And I believe they only do DHL, so you're going to have to spend a buttload to pre-order it directly. Now, I've pre-ordered Loki and Doctor Strange directly, but Captain, being how massive his boxes are, I think I would prefer to pre-order either through Spec Fiction or CinemaCat. Same with Thor. I mean, Thor, he probably won't be that big of a box, but, you know, Thor, I'm not sure exactly yet. I need to check a few things. So here is my Marvel bust display, as you see. So we are replacing this Loki with the Avengers 1 Loki. Now, technically, this Loki would go better with that Thor, since this is Infinity War Loki. However, I like Avengers 1 Loki far more. So we're going to keep it like that. So the idea of what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these two right there. And this is going to be Captain America bust, Thor bust. And as you see, I have Mjolnir and Captain Shield above. And the Captain Shield that Cap holding is a broken one, so I have a full one behind him. And of course, Stormbreaker there. And moving Iron Man bust, I may even... It's kind of tough because if Loki's there and Thor's there, ideally that should just be freaking Loki's scepter. And then we move that gauntlet right there, maybe move that poster down so you have all the props behind them, that match the bust. Because that prop should be above Iron Man, and then Thor and Captain. So if anything, I'd move this poster down, remove that, wall mount that one there, and Loki's scepter there again. That would be probably the most ideal. And then at the very end is where I'd probably do Doctor Strange down there. And then that would mean Spidey bust will go there, Venom bust. I'm a little unsure on whether, because I won't have top shelf space anymore for Venom bust. So I got to decide, do I keep him? Do I sell him? He's such an incredible bust, but I hate putting him down low because he's very tall. He's, that's it. That's how tall Thor bust is going to be, about 32 inches. So it sucks to put it down low because it's so amazing. So I got to figure out what to do with Venom. I don't want to sell it. I could make space. Obviously I got like these props here. I can just scatter throughout the collection and, throw Venom in there or something. So I got to figure out what to do with Venom because I don't want to sell it because it's so freaking awesome. Ideally, I want it to be near Spidey as well. So I got to figure out what to do. But we will do the Trinity right here, Captain right here, having 3 busts to the right, 3 to the left. So Captain bust will be directly in the middle. And I'm fairly confident I'll be able to fit him and Thor there because Thor does not have arms and he's not super wide. So it should look really good in the collection. Give me the Trinity and bust display and almost the complete Avengers 1 and, OG line. The only ones I'm missing would be Hawkeye and Black Widow. Now, there is 2 custom Black Widow busts I've seen. One, not so good. The other with arms, loading, or gun, that did look good. And I may consider that one, in all honesty. I thought it looked pretty darn good. So I would like to get that, maybe. I do want a Hawkeye as well, though. And we asked Queen on Sick Mansions Live if they would ever consider Hawkeye, and it sounded like they didn't really have any interest just because he's not as popular of a character. Thing is, he is an OG Avenger, so we may see him down the line, but I would absolutely love for all this to be the OG, freaking Avengers, and then probably just Loki or Thanos. So I couldn't fit it all. Ideally, having Loki and Thanos on each end with the OG Avenger line in the middle. Oh, imagine how cool that would be. That would be absolutely legendary display. And Queen's already stated that Disney doesn't like them doing female busts. It could change in the future, but, Disney. Probably very unlikely. So I think for Black Widow, custom bust is probably the only route. I could probably commission a Hawkeye bust, too. Could be very simple. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think of Thor. And to answer your question, yes, I will be pre-ordering, and I'm also going to be pre-ordering the Captain bust so I can have them both, because I do think it is for the best of the Flankster Marvel Cave to have the OG Trinity line. I was really waiting for Thor before I pre-ordered Captain, because I needed to make sure I wanted Thor. And based off pictures, I think portrait-wise, it's definitely one of their best portraits they've done. That and Doctor Strange are probably the 2 best portraits they've ever done for Marvel busts. Anyways, folks, that is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.